Hey everybody, welcome to Near Disney. It's the Wednesday show where us local real estate experts get together in our Brady Bunch squares and share a little group chat about the market and local things that are happening in a 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle. And of course, the show's all about engagement. We invite you to jump in the comments section or the chat or even give us a ring at our phone numbers here. We're available to you all the time. Before we jump into the good content, let's cue up our theme song. All right, those fireworks are going on, so we know we're good to go. Um, Feel free to let us know where you're watching from or say hi to us. And of course,
Yes.
if you have any questions, type that up, even if it's off topic to what we're discussing. We're just here to be a resource to you. That's the whole point of this show. We'll just introduce ourselves real quick on the panel. Elijah Lewis here with Florida and Motion Realty, and of course on Near Disney they call me the Prince of Real Estate. And I'll throw it over to the square next to me. That Virginia.
Did we lose her?
Oh,
Oh,
I think it
there
was
she
frozen
is.
for a second.
Hey everyone, I'm Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion. Oh, sorry, I'm freezing up over here. Anyway, I'm Virginia Carlson with Florida in Motion Realty and Cinderella on the Dream Team. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Awesome. And then down below.
I am Sue Koptiev with Florida in Motion Realty. They call me Aurora because I am Sleeping Beauty. So we love to see you guys tonight. Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, I think I heard like there's like a celestial event tonight. It's like a super moon or something. And
Yeah.
it's extra charming, extra magical here. Oh, we've got some comments popping up before we dive in. Dune Buggy Jim, appreciate your recurring viewership.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect weather tonight. Full supermoon. Oh, see, he's bringing it up too. 2 rocket launches tonight. You gotta love Florida. Oh, that's awesome. We're got rocket
Oh,
ships,
wow.
but they're not. The rockets are not going to the moon tonight. So,
No.
but those are similar but different topics.
They're
And then, of course,
going to fly up in front of the moon. They're going to fly right up. And just by the way, Jim was in his wonderful Chewbacca personality in Celebration on Halloween the other night. So if you missed him, we can get you in touch with some of the photos and videos that he put
maybe
in.
pull that up next time. That's fun.
It's pretty cool.
We'll put it on the streaming deck here. And
Okay.
Jen Kim says hello.
We'll do that.
Calling us superstars. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Kim.
All right. So we've got a lot of fun articles and topics to cover. We usually like to start with
Yay.
just something light while people jump into the stream here. So, Virginia, you're now that Halloween's behind us, it's time to think of more hearty food than candy to consume. What have you got here? On
I am freezing up here.
I heard you
me?
just now. If that's good, yeah, I do.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, now we can.
Okay. Sorry, I'm freezing up on my end again. I don't know what's happening. But anyway, yeah, so the Orlando Date Night Guide has a lot of cool resources always that we like to share with you guys. But this one is great for people who are choosing to maybe go out to eat for dinner, for Thanksgiving dinner, or just don't want to cook. And there are some more options that you can check out. This article does have some subtopics that are restaurants that are serving dinner to go. So if you want to take it home, and then also some Thanksgiving buffets. But the meat of the article is really giving you a list of restaurants in the Orlando area that are.
That was good.
Yeah, exactly. The meat. That are open on Thanksgiving Day so that you can make a reservation. Definitely. They are required. There are some options at Disney Springs. There's like 6 or 7 restaurants open at Disney Springs on Thanksgiving Day. So if you're on vacation, it's definitely a great option to check out some of the restaurants there on Thanksgiving. And then there's one in Celebration that's open. The Wilson at the Melia is open on Thanksgiving Day. And then there's just a whole bunch in, the Orlando area. So check out Orlando Date Night Guide for the full list of Thanksgiving Day options.
Yeah, they've always got you covered. And yeah, if you just don't feel like cooking or just don't have a whole party to cook for, it's good to know that there's still some options. You want to know what's gonna. You just assume everything's closed that day. Not the case.
Not necessarily.
And then Sue, also just kind of
Yeah,
topically,
it's good to
recently,
know.
what have you know about SeaWorld?
Well, SeaWorld has decided only for a few more days. So if you want to take advantage of this, you should jump in there. But it's giving you not just their Christmas celebration, but I was mainly wanting to let people know that through the 9th, they are doing an even more discounted annual pass rate for Florida residents. But SeaWorld is a great option for celebrating. There's they have the beautiful trees and all of their wonderful Muppets out and Sesame Street and just the normal things that they do. But obviously the lights are going on and it's a really fun experience at SeaWorld. I will be one of my daughters and her 2 daughters are going to be here the week before Christmas. So that is one of the places we're going to be bouncing in. So, and one of the fun things about the Florida resident annual pass is purchasing it now. I don't know if this part of it will extend, but they are giving each ticket holder gets 8 free passes to use. And I think
Okay.
you can use 2 per quarter. Is the way they have it worked out. So you can't bring 8 people at once, but you can, I think it's up to 2 per quarter. So and that will last, you can draw on those throughout the year.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So-
People in my family have been gifted
That's
SeaWorld tickets from those kinds of deals that others have, and that's always great. Yeah, it's good to remind people that SeaWorld does go
that's a
all
nice
out for
incentive.
Christmas, and basically
Yes,
the
they do.
holidays start now. Now
Mhm.
that Halloween is over.
I know.
Yeah, Sue, I went to SeaWorld last year right after Christmas, and it was really fun, and they had the nice parade, and the decorations were fun, and so yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's when I was there. I had family and for New Year's. And so yeah, we went then to different family, but still had a great time. So I'm looking forward to
Yeah,
it
it's a
this
good
time
option.
very much.
Good.
Awesome. So we'll throw things over to a real estate topic here. We kind of saw an interesting article that helps to give us a just a little splice of what the market looks like and who our buyer pool is now that we've been dealing with. This is a very interesting Realtor.com trend that the typical first-time homebuyer is now 40 years old, a new record high. And feel free to speak to this in the comments section or chat if this has been the home ownership has been any kind of obstacle for people in your circle of a younger age, or maybe like when you bought your first home, what age you were. Sound off in the comments. That would be really cool. But basically, yeah, this is the highest it's ever been as long as the statistics have been recorded. Basically, younger families may feel priced out of some of the markets, and this is kind of a more nationwide article for Realtor.com. So we're more than happy to work with you, partner with you on the most affordable and family starter home opportunities in Florida and Central Florida area. Basically last year that average number was 38. And now just and 5 years ago, it was 33. So something's happening in this economy. We are, I guess, trying to figure it out and get it back so that we can get our, young families that are, getting married and having their first kids into home ownership.
Yeah.
So basically, the share of all home purchases that were made by first-time buyers was 21% this year. That is the lowest since 1981. So basically, and yeah, cash buyers, cash is king right now. 26% of sales, all-time high. So if you are a cash buyer right now, we've been dealing with a few this season. You may want to get in touch with us as you have a special angle on this market right now. So just something to be aware of now. This is new territory that we are all trying to wade through together. But like we say, we are building our network of lenders. We're building our network of of people to, do everything we can to facilitate home ownerships and all the best programs that we can arm you with to get that done. Maybe, before this number, or if you're looking to buy a home, well, well after this number. We're trying to make every age work to be the right age to get you situated in a home accommodation.
Absolutely.
So speaking of homes, we wanted to share over some home buying and selling tips that Sue found out that she wanted to share with this graphic.
Yeah, this was just a really fun, real fun information that I pulled offline because I was looking for something to talk to buyers and sellers about that would maybe just let everybody take a step back and take a deep breath when it comes to either buying or selling your home. And I just thought these were really cute because, the bottom line is you want it to be a memorable experience. You want it to be an enjoyable experience. That's everybody's main goal. So buyer tips, the first one is you're about to unlock a whole new lifestyle. And basically, it's not just your house that you're buying into. You're buying into your neighborhood, places people go walking, new coffee spots. Hopefully you've got sunset on your front porch or sunset on your lanai. New routines, things like that are going to, just really kind of rock your lifestyle. And then the second one is you get to make it yours. And now we wanted to make sure that everybody understands that when it comes to making it yours, arguing about paint colors is completely acceptable and completely normal. Okay.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there.
Do that in the pre-planning phases if you can.
And remember, when you are hanging pictures, please invest in a stud finder first, preferably one that will find your electrical wires too. That saves you a lot of heartache and some pain normally. This one I love because I remember my first house. I was very young, and I remember my first trip to the grocery store, and it was so much fun, especially if this is your first place by yourself, or if it's the first place as a couple now. It just it's really enjoyable to go to that grocery store the first time. And you'll never look at houses the same way again. That's number 4. You are now officially the person who slows down on Sunday drives to admire everyone's porches. That is what you have become. That doesn't mean you're becoming your parents. It just means that you are taking in as much as you can about your neighborhood and just paying close attention. Number 5 is your dog is about to lose their mind because they're going to be so happy and joyous that they now have a yard. So, that kind of goes without saying. Our dogs, our cats, our animals are a family, and we want them to have, room to roam, so to speak. And let's see, number 6, closing day selfies are required. Do not forget your cell phone. If you left it in the car, get your agent, get the title company agent, somebody to take selfies.
We usually have that covered. We have those.
Yes,
we have
do.
those obnoxiously large sold signs that people hold that are in the shapes of keys that we bring to closing day, and have that. We preserve that memory, getting a photo of you if you want it. Not everybody wants it, and we get it. Some people, it's just like, I do these transactions all the time. I'm a flipper. I'm an investor. I'm this is my first rodeo, so you don't need all of the pageantry, but hey, we're happy to do it for you.
The one I really like is the one that looks like a house with a big window cut out in it. So it takes 7 people to hold it so that the buyers or sellers can, look through the window. Yeah, that's my favorite. Okay. So one more again, make the process feel exciting, not overwhelming. Really, there's very little that is life or death when you're buying or selling property. And like I said, enjoy it, be along for the ride. And we as our team, we want to help people find where their coffee will taste best in the morning, or their tea in the afternoon, or their popcorn in the evening. So that's the buyers. Now on to the sellers.
All right, I've got that loaded up here.
So sellers, making it feel strategic and empowering. That's what we want the sellers to feel like, that they have a really good grasp of what's going on and what's to be expected. So the first one is, your home is about to go on stage. So it's basically lights, camera, declutter, and action. And we've given people lots of recommendations, on this show about how to declutter, what to declutter, and how to clear off your refrigerator front and your counters and minimalize, the amount of furniture in your house and that all that kind of stuff, and again, if you have questions, get a hold of any one of us. We can certainly walk you through that. Buyers love a good story. So if you're selling this home and you raised all your kids in it, share a couple of stories about, somebody who almost, cracked their head open and, left a mark on the sidewalk in the front because it was not quite hard after they poured the concrete. There's all kinds of fun stuff like that.
Right.
What do you start to say, Elijah?
I'm just saying, yeah, there's going to be every kind of memory made
Every kind of
in their neighborhood.
Yes. Yeah, because people don't buy drywall. They buy emotion, they buy experience, and so don't forget that. The internet is actually your first showing, and when new homes come on the market, they get pinged a lot right up front. So be ready, for your agent to contact you. Hopefully, it's one of us, and let you know that you've already got some showing scheduled. Let's remember, negotiations are not war. They're you're playing chess. For some of us who don't play chess, you're playing checkers. It is it's calm, strategic, and we always want to stay one move ahead. That's our goal. You don't need the perfect house. You need the perfect launch, and that is really true. And the presence and the first feelings that people have, first impressions when they see your house, those are huge. So your next chapter gets to feel exciting because you are, again, making new memories. And we're not just moving boxes or helping you move boxes. You're moving your lifestyle. And homes are where stories happen. We just want to help you turn that page and get there.
Well, we call it right sizing, rather than upsizing or downsizing in this business.
Right.
Correct.
It is.
Okay, and so it's kind of just keeping on this trend of the home buyer and seller, updates and guidance. Virginia, we wanted to throw it over to you with just maybe one last weigh in on your side of things for the homeowners.
Yeah, this is definitely
process.
a good piggyback to what Sue was talking about. Yeah, this is a good article to kind of piggyback on what Sue was talking about. 4 things that every new homeowner should know. And these are just really useful tips for when you first get into a home where you don't want to get caught off guard. These things should already be in place, and it's a pretty good comprehensive list. Anyway, you want to be able to locate all of your utility shutoff valves. That's important. Know where your gas, water, and electricity are all entering the home. They're all going to be, the gas is outside, controlled by the meter outside. Electricity usually can shut off in the main breaker. And then the water valve is either going to be, it might be in the basement if you have a basement, or it's outside. Anyway, a plumber can show you, but it's good to know because in case there's some sort of emergency happening, you want to know where those things are right away.
Absolutely.
Fire extinguishers are always very helpful to have ready to go, usually kept in the kitchen, maybe one up on a second floor if you have a second floor, and just making sure that the pressure is staying where it's supposed to be in the green zone at all times. And so you can, kind of.
And everybody knows where it is, not just the one person who put it.
Everybody in the house knows how to use it. More to the point.
Yes.
Because what's the point if you don't know how to use it? So everybody should know where and how.
I'm blessed to have never had an occasion to use a fire extinguisher myself, but they look incredibly fun on the TV. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's like, you figure it out pretty quick. But yeah, definitely. Everyone in the house should know where it is. That's absolutely a good point. Number 3 is keep track of your home warranties and the age of, different components of your home. Just being able to access your home warranties for your appliances and just know where all your paperwork is a great way to keep organized. And then keep a budget for emergencies that happen. It's always something's always going to break, something's going to happen or come up. But if you just have a budget, then you are ahead of the game when those things do come up. And just some concise, helpers when you're first moving into your home. Good to know.
Lovely. Well, yes,
Yes.
I'm just glad that you could share that. We wanted to give people a comprehensive overview of that market there. Sorry, I was just trying to pull up my next
Mm-hmm.
my next cue here. Seems that something's all right. I'm just gonna move on to the next thing then, seeing as for whatever reason that wouldn't load. But Sue, you had an update kind of just on a more municipality kind of thing, or just something on how our roads and highways around Disney are being improved and changed that people should be aware.
Yeah, this is just really quick to give people an idea. I don't have an exact number. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 billion that at least Florida has put into the infrastructure in our area here. We have they can see that we are, we're growing, we're expanding, and those, the roads and highways are so important. So just a couple of points. If you are buying a home, new and improved roads near Disney are reducing future congestion and improving access to parks, shopping, and employment centers. Basically, that translates into, if you're buying in any of these zones, you may capture future appreciation tied to better drive times and convenience to not just the parks, but to everything that's around you, schools, your shopping and all the doctors, hospitals. If you're a seller, and your property sits near one of these roads or interchange upgrades, make sure that's listed in your value story. Make sure that's a highlight that your agent is aware of, and I'm sure they probably would be, but just in case. And it's also something that can go in the description when we list your home for you.
Yeah,
And
definitely. You don't just want to describe your house. You want to sell the location. You want to sell the commute. You want to sell what's nearby, and you want to sell like that lifestyle that you were talking about.
Yeah,
right.
And not yet. Some people, like, it'll be funny. They'll only do the pictures of their home, and then they won't even show like all the amenities even for their HOA and stuff. So just make sure that you're
Right.
partnered with your realtor and stuff that like we know to anticipate doing when we work with you. So just make sure that we put all that forward right away.
Yeah. The other thing is it just what was I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was. It helps your listing stand out. So if there's another home on the market that's very similar to yours and it's kind of in the same price ballpark, same bedroom, same bath, if your home is much more easily accessible, if kids' schools are easily, less drive time, just not necessarily because your home is closer, but because the roads have been improved or expanded or additional roads have been put in, that definitely adds home, value to your home if you're selling. And then again, for investors in short-term rentals, that's what investors are looking for, not just to flip, but if you're looking for some short-term rental action, then it just definitely is a big selling point. Your home is going to get leased a lot more often. If they can get to the parks, especially really quickly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Those are all great points to bring up, Sue. About just our commute as well, and being near to Disney, because like that's what we're trying to sell, convenience and to those parks and that lifestyle. So it's great to see those being improved. And I did want to say, just as we started that topic, Kim Hawk was weighing in, the viewer on our fire extinguisher conversation. She said that she has indeed used one when she lived on Celebration Avenue, because she says she is not the best cook. Um, well, we all know our strengths and weaknesses, and we always,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've learned a thing or two since then. But
Yeah.
yeah, nice little whipped cream topping on whatever you were
Yeah.
making there, Kim.
There you go. There you go. Well, as far as Kim is concerned, she can't do everything right. And because she does so much
Yeah.
right,
So good.
and there's so many
Yeah.
she has so many good attributes, and she's just a wonderful person. So I take pride in the fact that I can cook and she can't. It makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, well, Kim is officially on this channel. Her moniker is the fairy godmother of real
Of real
estate, and
estate.
so she,
Yes.
I know
Yeah.
that there's different fairies, like the ones from
That's cool.
your movie, Sue, Sleeping Beauty, who
Mhm.
magic their cooking and their cake into being just perfect. Or whether they
I
want it to be blue
just
or
bought
pink.
a t-shirt. I just bought a t-shirt that has those three little fairies up on the upper corner, and there's
Yeah.
nothing else on the t-shirt, just the fairies.
That's awesome. There's so many cool Disney themed
Nice.
things all around this office that are not quite in the frame, but it's just fun to bring them out.
Yeah.
And so as we're getting close to that half-hour mark, we'll invite anyone to ask any last-minute questions. And we'll just remind you that this statistic I found here that was just talking about the value of using a realtor, something here from Keeping Current Matters. Home sellers without an agent are nearly twice as likely to say they didn't accept an offer for at least 3 months. 53% of sellers who used an agent say they accepted an offer within a month of listing their home, according to the National Association of Realtors.
That's
That's
pretty good.
so basically, they're saying they got statistics showing that when you're using a realtor and all the resources that we have, which include this YouTube channel as a marketing tool, all the Facebook pages we manage, the MLS, our network, our all the people that all of our tactics, we try to do our best to just get you onto the next phase with a contract as soon as we can. And glad that the data backs that up. And with that, I think that's most of what we were going to cover here. And if we'll just, we remind you that we do this stream on Wednesday. It's interactive. And we have a Friday show as well that covers like a more specific honing in on a community with a video showcase in the Central Florida area. And then Monday nights, we talk about Kim Hawk usually hosts that for focusing on Celebration, Florida in particular, the market there and what's happening in the community there, the town that was built by Disney where our office is anchored. But we do service that broader 25-mile range around Cinderella's castle for you. And before we go, I'll just encourage you to hit the like button and please subscribe. We're trying to get on the path to 10,000 subscribers as a milestone so that we can grow, get recommended into more YouTube algorithms, and keep producing great content for you. So I'll say, take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.
Yes. Good night. Thank you.
Good night.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around